you know, boom gates.
Okay.
Everything was dinging. Traffic lights were on, I didn't see it.
Okay, keep going. Even though I have this Lily-Dale memory.
Even though I have this Lily-Dale memory.
When I rushed through the gates.
When I rushed through the gates.
And I heard them all dinging.
I eventually heard them dinging, not initially.
Not initially?
No, I was elsewhere.
And the thoughts that were going through my head?
The thoughts that went through my head when I went through. Ooh.
Which were?
Oh, horror.
Horror?
I could have killed my son.
I could have killed my son.
The train was coming right there.
The train was coming
and I just shot through.
I'd shot through.
Gee, I didn't know I was still tuned up about that. Isn't that funny?
Okay.
I'd forgotten about that. I thought I'd.
So, you'd forgotten about that?
I thought I'd forgotten about it.
Yeah, so just tell me about it all again. So.
Right, I was driving John to school, my son, and brain on personal matters, marital matters, and through the gates, didn't see the traffic lights or the red wags or the dingings, and just as I was going over, I saw the boom coming down. How it didn't hit the car, I don't know.
Is anything coming up while you're saying that?
No.
No, good, keep going.
No. I had to pull over at the time and stabilise myself and John. He panicked.
Okay, so when you hear John panicking, does anything come up for you?
It did then. Oh, so much guilt.
So anything there now though?
No.
No, good. So you were at the gates, you had other things on your mind, you didn't hear the dinging, that you don't know how that gate didn't hit you, and you went through, then you're hearing all the dinging and you're feeling that scared feeling, and John, the train whooshing past, and John was scared too.
Yes.
And with all of those different aspects, nothing's coming up now?
No, it isn't.
Great. Done. High five.
Oh, Betty. You're fantastic.
So that's good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What about any other experiences driving?
No, I'm pretty good. It was just the panic, which I had several of those, but that I had totally forgotten about Lily-Dale gates, consciously anyway.
And you noticed while we were tapping about it, and we were focusing in on how it was feeling in the body, and when I said, just like when it happened again, your subconscious just immediately threw it up.
It did, because
we were tuned into your reaction of it.
I wasn't even thinking about it. That's amazing.
Isn't it?
You don't know what goes on up here, do you?
So when you imagine now driving up to boom gates or driving over a bridge, does that bring up any fear for you now, or anything in your stomach or your throat?
No.
Not at all?
No. And I've been over that Balti Bridge.
Since?
Yes,
it's been all right.
It's been all right.
Yeah, because we had that one session on it.
I prefer not to, but maybe I'll be even better now.
Great.
There's a funny thing about that. You've got what they call Jeff's erection, that great big yellow thing.
Yeah.
And I've always hated that. And I think it might be
the gate
connected to the boom gate.
Yeah, because it's on an angle.
I've got to pick John up at the airport next week. He's coming back from Dubai. I'll take special notice. And
also before you leave, just do a round of tapping, imagining yourself driving all the way there and going past that thing before you go.
Yes, I will. I promise to.
Now the other thing is that you've sent me a text about another more personal matter that is brings up emotions. It's quite a severe emotionally charged memory.
Yes.
And what I want to do is look at that, but without you having to tell me anything about it. Okay. And what we're going to use is what's called the tearless trauma technique. And basically, I know you have a memory. I know a little bit about it because you've given me an idea. But basically, I want to look at what emotions come up with it and where you're feeling it in your body. But without you actually going into that memory, I want you to imagine if you were going into that memory, what would the emotional charge be around it without actually going there?
Anger.
So it'd be anger, and what would it be out of 10?
10.
10. And is anger the only emotion that comes up?
No.
If you went there?
Guilt.
Anger and guilt?
Being secretive about something.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Okay, so anger and guilt and secretive. So it's all 10?
Yeah.
If you had to go there, and if you had to go there, where would you be feeling it in your body?
Hands.
Mm-hmm.
Mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Head.
Yep. So there's that.
Yeah.
So is that more anger?
And my legs.
And your legs. Okay.
Yeah, tensed up.
All right. So let's just start with that. Even though I have this memory.
Even though I have this memory.
That I'm not going to right now.
I'm not going to right now.
But I know that if I imagine going there.
But I know if I imagine going there.
I'd have this 10 out of 10 anger.
I would have this 10 out of 10 anger.
In my hands.
In my hands.
And my mouth.
My mouth.
And my legs.
And my legs.
I'd have all this anger.
I'd have all this anger.
That I've held on to for many years.
Held on to for many years.
That I've had to be secretive about.
And I've had to be secretive about it.
I've got all this anger.
I've got all this anger.
In my hands.
In my hands.
In my mouth.
In my mouth.
In my legs.
In my legs.
And even though this anger's been trapped in my body.
And even though this anger has been trapped in my body.
I'm willing to look at the possibility.
I'm willing to look at the possibility.
Of being able to let it go.
Of being able to let it go.
Because it serves me no purpose.
Because it serves me no purpose.
Being trapped in my body.
Trapped in my body.
And I love and accept myself.
And I love and accept myself.
Deeply and completely.
Deeply and completely.
This anger in my mouth.
This anger in my mouth.
This anger in my arms.
This anger in my arms.
This anger in my legs.
This anger in my legs.
I have all this anger in my body.
I have all this anger in my body.
This 10 out of 10 anger.
10 out of 10 anger.
I've had it for so long.
I've had it for so long.
I'm over it.
I'm over it.
I don't want this anger in my body anymore.
I don't want this anger in my body anymore.
It's been trapped there for so long.
It's been trapped there for so long.
I thank my body for holding on to the anger.
I thank my body for holding on to the anger.
To protect me.
To protect me.
But it's no longer serving me any good.
But it's no longer serving me any good.
And I want to let go of it.
And I want to let go of it.
Even though I'm not sure how yet.
Even though I'm not sure how yet.
I still have all this anger in my mouth.
I still have all this anger in my mouth.
And in my hands.
And in my hands.
And in my legs.
And in my legs.
I wonder what it would feel like to let go of it.
I wonder what it would feel like to let go of it.
I wonder what it would be like to have it gone.
I wonder what it would be like to have it gone.
Even when I think of that memory.
Even when I think of that memory.
Releasing that anger from my mouth.
Releasing that anger from my mouth.
And my hands.
And my hands.
And my legs.
And my legs.
I don't need it there.
I don't need it there.
I don't want to hang on to it.
I don't want to hang on to it.
It doesn't belong to me.
It doesn't belong to me.
I'm giving it back.
I'm giving it back.
Oh, I love it. Top of the head. Wasn't mine in the first place.
Wasn't mine in the first place, no. Oh, lovely.
I'm sending it back to where it belongs.
Sending it back to where it belongs.
Doesn't belong to me.
It doesn't belong to me.
I prefer peace in my body.
I prefer peace in my body.
In my mouth.
In my mouth.
In my hands.
In my hands.
In my legs.
In my legs.
That's what I deserve.
That's what I deserve.
That's what I'm having.
That's what I'm having.
Even when I think of that memory.
Even when I think of that memory.
I can think of just handballing it back to where it belongs.
Just handball it back to where it belongs.
And put peace back in my body.
And put peace back in my body.
That's what I want.
That's what I want.
That's what I choose.
That is what I choose.
I let go of the anger.
I let go of the anger.
And I give myself peace.
I give myself peace.
And I love and accept
I
myself.
love and accept myself.
Well, how does that feel? I can see the change. That's pretty good change, isn't it?
Oh, you have got an idea, but
wow. So you feel all right to actually think about all of that.
Yeah.
Think about memory. Close your eyes. Does it bring it up at all?
well, it's there, but not. No.
So you've got the memory.
Yes, but it's.
That's really good. So you've had that memory for how many years?
Oh.
A long time.
Yes. 24, 34, 44, 54, 64. 40 years.
And it's been there all that time,
All that
always
time.
creating anger. Okay, you said also there was guilt. Is there any guilt there now?
No,
That's
it wasn't
handled
my
too.
decision in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So
Oh,
it feels pretty good.
lovely. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I feel like a little kid. I really do.
That's good because there was a pretty severe memory that you hadn't been able to talk to about anyone or
No,
to anyone.
no, I'm just
No.
relieved now.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
Oh, Jenny, this is super.
All right, so do you think we're done with that? Do you want to run through it in your mind and see if there's anything left?
I don't know. I feel great.
Feel great? Yeah, great. All right, I think we're done.
Oh, just wonderful.
That's cool. Let's see if any of it takes.
Oh, gee. Wow.
Right. So, Jill, you've just had an EFT session for driving panic attacks,
Yes.
and you've had an experience of having a couple of really severe driving panic attacks where you've had to
Yes.
pull over, and what sort of emotions were going on through your body when you had those?
Fear and terror
Mm-hmm.
and sickness.
Mm-hmm. And you've just gone through one that we were focusing on, and another one immediately came to light that you'd forgotten about.
Yes, that's right. I had totally forgotten. Well, thought I had,
Mm-hmm.
but must have been in the subconscious.
That's right. So while we were tapping into those feelings that you were feeling in the body, suddenly that came into your memory.
Yes.
Because we were tuned into that feeling that you'd had, and it went to the original one.
Yes, which probably sparked the whole thing in the first place.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And that's what happens is when we get to the original core issue where that pattern was set up, we can dissolve it and set up a whole new pattern, because now when you think of that original event, you don't have the same pattern.
No, it's a non-event, like I've read it in a magazine.
Yeah, so you detach from it
I am.
and you don't have that emotional charge anymore, so you can't be re-triggered into that pattern because that pattern's not there.
No, it isn't there.
Yeah, so it's
wonderful.
great.
Oh, yes.
And
Miracle.
all in less than 10 minutes.
Yes, Jenny, it's incredible.
Mm.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone should have a session.
Well, I'm glad that you'll be able to drive safely now without any more panic attacks.
Oh, yes. I
Great.
look forward to it. I look forward to doing a whole lot of things because it has changed me.
Mm.
Taken away, like, probably a silly word, bondage.
Mm.
Being tied down to the big black cloud.
Mm. Great. So now you're free.
Watch out, world. Still life in the old girl yet.
Great.
Thank you, Jenny.